May the 8th, 2023. The invocation will be given by Commissioner Bill Winters. The Pledge of Allegiance given by Commissioner Mike Hughes. Please stand.
Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for your blessings to us, your blessed community. We realize that. You know, we're the city with spirit. I like to call it the Bradley County with faith. We ask that you bless this time together. Bless the purpose for which we're here, but also for the calling that we have. Give us a good meeting. Give us a great week. Your blessings.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. The Mayor Davis is not with us today. Mr. Lewis, you have anything for the mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a septic repair program update. This is as of the end of the day on Friday. There have been now 207 properties in the process, 11 sewer hookups, 74 TDEC permits issued, 69 signed contracts, and construction has begun on those, and 28 projects completed. That leaves then $165,929. So at this rate, sometime in the next month or two, we'll have depleted that $750,000. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. I think we had some additional money that would have been there if we need it, if we have an abundance of people. We'll take the reports from committees and our districts. We'll start on our right with Commissioner Beatty, please.
Everything looks pretty good in First District.
That is great. Commissioner Hughes.
Mr. Chairman, I have nothing to report this time.
Okay. Commissioner Alford.
Second District's doing well. I was up by Charleston the other day. HCI funds, they have finished their pickleball court, it looks like, and basketball courts, but no goals are up yet. So I don't know when that's going to get finished, but they've made a little progress, it looks.
I notice we have our fence up around the Louis Alford Farmers Market. It's back up.
Yes, fine. We do have the fence repaired now, so the market's open and ready to go.
Great. Commissioner Blake, please.
All's good in the third. Thank you.
Commissioner Collins.
All is well in the third. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well, we're moving right along here. Commissioner Winters.
Mr. Chairman, I had the opportunity of being at the Lee University commencement exercise. That was just a beautiful, beautiful experience to see higher education at its best in our community. The sunshine came out as soon as the diplomas were being presented, so it was a great day. The 7th District's in great shape. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Gilbert, please.
It'll be all right, Chair. I'd like to call James Dobbs, if he'd like to speak for just a minute.
Please, Mr. Dobbs.
Okay, good morning, or good afternoon now. I got a letter prepared, so because I'm getting kind of older and I don't remember say a few things right. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Bradley County Commission. My name is James Dobbs. I'm a member of the Oak Grove Rewton Club, and currently I'm the president of the Oak Grove Rewton Club. And I'm here before this elected body to present a dilemma and a request. And before I begin, I just heard the report from the mayor about some funds that's been allocated and some projects that's already been done. So this may not, but let me continue. First, I want to give you a brief background on the history of our situation. The Oak Grove Rewtons, we were chartered as a club in 1953. And since 1953, 17 years later, Howard Griffith and Sally Griffith, close to our club, deeded us an acre of land. And on that acre of land, we built a clubhouse. And since 1969 or 70, when that clubhouse was built, at that time, Cleveland Utilities was three parts. Our Cleveland water system was put in a water line for us, well, a meter to begin with. And that meter was put in 2,000 feet away from where the clubhouse now sits. And we've requested since then to have it moved, but that's another thing. That's not what I'm here this morning for. But it's located now at 630 Griffith Drive. When the clubhouse was built, only one other home was in that area to supply water to the Cleveland utility. Like I said, it was 2,000 feet away. And our water line that we put in from that meter was galvanized piping. And you're familiar with galvanized piping, water is not too good. Then on Wednesday, April 26th, per the Cleveland Daily Banner's article dated 29th of April, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, TDEC, announced 102 grants totaling $232,709,981 from the state's American Rescue Plan Fund, part of which TDEC is administering in the form of drinking water, wastewater, and stormwater funds. Today, I'm here to ask you to consider spending a portion of the $8,650,011 collaborative grant that the county received as part of that $232,709,981 to replace our galvanized water supply lines so the Oak Grove Ruitans can continue giving back to our community under safer water and environmental conditions. Thank you, Scott.
Thank
you. Sir, if you don't mind, point of contact on this would be two people, Mr. Lewis and Commissioner Blake, on that, and give you the parameters and what's authorized and what is not authorized.
Okay.
Okay. They will know all of that, and they'll be glad. I'm sure be glad to help you.
Okay. And Scotty knows our situation over there and where that meter is. It's quite a ways from the buildings.
I understand that, but we're dealing with federal money.
I understand that too.
Restrictions. We just
We'll
want to
get
make
with
sure.
them,
Yep.
Mr. Dobbs.
Thanks.
Get it took care of. Thank you, buddy.
Your nickel, sir.
And that'll be it for me.
Oh, okay. Commissioner Thompson.
All good in the forest.
All righty. Commissioner Goins. Commissioner Slater.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to congratulate Emma Kate Squires of Walker Valley High School for scoring a 35 on her ACT test. That is almost a perfect score. She also has graduated from Cleveland State Community College last week before her high school graduation takes place this week. Also, Ben Sullins from Walker Valley High School scored a 35 on the ACT, which is almost a perfect score. And Cameron Atcha from Bradley High School scored a 35 on the ACT. Last week, I had the opportunity to attend the Wright Brothers graduation at the Pie Center. There were 22 graduates this year. If you remember, the Wright Brothers are working closely with the Pie Center. 18 of the 22 graduates from the program signed contracts last Friday to go to work for Wright Brothers beginning June the 1st. So congratulations to those gentlemen. There were 17 from Bradley County and 1 from Polk County. Wright Brothers continues to be a tremendous asset in our community and continues to work daily to change the lives of young people in our community. Also, Bradley County EMS were awarded the Star Life Award for Region 3 for their truly heroic efforts they displayed on Christmas evening in 2022 in saving the lives of 3 beautiful children after a horrific accident. A Christmas that changed our community, the Dillard family, and these men and women who work for our EMS and Bradley County Sheriff's Department every day. Thank you again to each and every one of you for your service to the citizens of Bradley County and Cleveland, Tennessee. And also, Mr. Chairman, the Education Committee will meet tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 here in the Commission Room. And that's all I have today.
Commissioner Thompson.
Mr. Chairman, I missed one thing. I'd like to call a landfill committee meeting May the 22nd at 12 o'clock.
All right. Next is Commissioner Mason.
Thank you, Chairman. Everything's well in the 6th District. I should have a TDOT litter grant report maybe next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ledford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This week is National Nurses Week. I think also National Teachers Week. So you see a nurse, thank them for what they do. I think working there for all these years, it's, we really don't know what nurses do, but they work hard and they have a tough job, and it's almost like this job. It's very thankless. You know, the people don't really thank you until something bad happens. Then they're all over you about, you know, you done wrong or you didn't do the right thing. Anyway, the next thing is went to wrestling Saturday night down at the McDonald old gymnasium there. That was a fun night, so enjoyed that. Had a little get together this morning at Bojangles with some of the 6th District constituents. Had a good time there. Richard Burnett was there, and I was trying to think. Tom Collins was there. Had a good time there, just talking to the people and getting to know them, and if they had any issues or anything. But everything was good to go there. Me and Tom did ride down and look at a road that we had a little issue that was mentioned to me Saturday night at the wrestling. We went down and looked at that this morning, and that's all good. He's going to put some cold patch on it, and that should be good. And last thing I want to mention, one of our constituents, Tim and I, used to be in our Ruatan Club. Randy Trulove passed away, so just condolences to that family. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Rogers, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like it's kind of been mentioned here today, it is graduation week in Bradley County, and had Lee University and Cleveland State, but Walker Valley and Bradley are also graduating this week, along with Cleveland High School here very soon. And just wanted to say congratulations to all the graduates on this accomplishment. A lot of these students are, you know, going into their next education steps, whether it might be college, but a lot of these students are going straight into the workforce here in Bradley County. And so just encourage all the businesses in Bradley County to look at these students and hope to help them find jobs and prepare them well for their future. As mentioned by Commissioner Ledford, it is Nurses Week. It is also Teacher Appreciation Week and also Correctional Officers Appreciation Week. And so if you see a teacher, a nurse, or a correctional officer this week, please thank them for their job, because all three of those are very difficult jobs to have, and very important jobs to have as well. I have been receiving a lot of phone calls this week from constituents, and this is really a City of Cleveland issue, but Waste Connections in the City of Cleveland have announced that they're going to be introducing a new 95-gallon trash can for all city residents. Starting next Monday, May 15th through the 31st, everyone in the City of Cleveland will receive a new trash can for free. I spoke with Waste Connections this week, and you will no longer be able to use your own personal trash cans in the City of Cleveland for pickup. And should if your family require additional waste receptacle, there will be a $10 a month charge that you'll have to pay to Waste Connections for that additional trash can. Waste Connections did state that they will only take bags, that only bags inside the container given out by Waste Connections will be eligible for pickup. A lot of times when you drive around, you'll see a trash can, and then if you're like my family, 700 Amazon boxes outside, and then other bags and other trash. Those items will no longer be available for pickup inside the city limits. So you will have to either buy that $10 extra can a month, or you'll have to take it to the landfill or hold it for yourself for a week until you can reuse that trash can again. I think this could become potential a thing for us, because more and more people will be using our landfill to be able to take some of these trashes and some of these boxes. Starting the week of June 5th, they'll offer complimentary disposal of old cans. And so if you'd like to have your cart discarded, you're more than welcome to. The reason really for this is that they're getting new trucks. These are the automated trucks, so they will be the ones with the arms that will pick the can up, dump it, and set it back down. For county residents who use Waste Connection, their can is already included in their monthly or annual costs that they pay. But at this time, there will be no changes for county residents, people outside the city limits who use it. Waste Connections, they are still using what they're called backloaded trucks. If there are any changes, they said they will be in contact with those customers in the future. If constituents or people in the city or people in the county have any questions, they can contact Waste Connections at 423-476-2293, or visit their Facebook page, which is Waste Connections of TN Cleveland Hauling, for more information. But had probably 4 or 5 residents in my neighborhood ask me about it, and probably had about 10 calls about it this week too. So I've kind of been letting them know to contact their city councilman, but also wanted to mention that today. So, and that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Thompson?
Sound to me like the city wants more money.
Thank you very much. Before we move on to the agenda items, I'd like to welcome our sheriff, Steve Lawson, here, and also Doug Berry of the Chamber of Commerce. We appreciate both of them.
I forgot 2 things, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, sir.
I attended Keith Edwards' retirement party down at the sheriff's office the other day. I think Howard and Mr. Gilbert was there, but it was an excellent offension. A lot of the old sheriffs, all the old sheriffs, I think there was 5, weren't they, Sheriff? 5 of the ex-sheriffs were there at the party, and it really went well. I thought it was a great event, and just thought I'd mention that. And I need Mr. Mason. I had a person 3:30, if you don't mind mentioning it to Mr. Collins. 3:30. Let me get it back up here. More sleep on me. Moore Circle, I believe it is. They need a tile. They say the road is so narrow you can't even pass each other. So if somebody could check that out, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Moving on to the agenda items. Agenda item A, Commissioner Hughes, please.
Mr. Chairman, this is a resolution to rezone from Forestry Agricultural Residential FAR District to Highway Commercial C3 District property located at 2929 Harrison Pike and identified by tax map 040N, Group A, parcel 005.08. And this can be seen on pages 2 and 3. This did go before the Planning Commission and failed unanimously. There are several issues with the property at this point that the commission did not feel that it fit the needs. Plus, there's some issues with the road frontage there. The fire department is just down from there, and it's kind of in a curve, which makes it dangerous. We're afraid to add any more traffic, or for myself, my own feelings was it would be dangerous to add more traffic there.
Is that it? Any comments or discussion?
No more for me.
Commissioner Gilbert?
You said it failed?
It did
The planning
unanimously.
committee?
Yes.
Was it?
Any other discussion?
Oh, if we can place that on the next agenda, please.
Will be done. That's the only agenda item that we have.
So I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
So if it fails, why does it come before the commission?
That was the same question that's been asked to me before I put it on the agenda. It's always been placed on there. Even if it fails, it still goes before the full commission to vote on. We've voted on them in the past also. It's just always been done.
Any other?
Are there? I know you said there was a fire department. Is there any other businesses within in that
there
area?
is some that was grandfathered in back years ago. They're not very active though. There's a church right down from it also. It literally is a hazardous area to pull out of. The part that I was leaving out is the reason I know this area so well is there was a road just across from this house. The road was actually named after my grandfather's, so I've had to pull out it several times. The way the mountain comes down, it's just a blind curve, and you're just taking your life in your own hands every time you pull out.
Any other comments, discussion, questions? All right. Commissioner Gilbert.
This week's teacher and nurse appreciation, and we're having free donuts at the bakery. And I was thinking it would be great if all you commissioners come up and hand out free donuts and coffee with me. I just wanted to give you an invite, and you can have a donut. It's tomorrow, and we're going to start at 6 o'clock and try to end by 9.
6 o'clock In the morning?
in the morning. You are welcome. I mean, I know you
Pass.
don't get up till 12, but 11:30.
You had you till then, right?
But y'all are welcome to come up. I wanted to give you an invite to come up and at least give a teacher a donut.
All
Sounds like
right,
Commissioner
thank,
Gilbert is trying
thank
to
you very
sweeten the
much.
deal.
Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
If we can go back to the zoning issue, my recollection is that when the one time that I think we've had one fail the commission, the whole process has to start from the very beginning. It doesn't necessarily go back to the planning commission for them to vote. They have to start all the way back to Bentley's office.
That's
So-
correct.
So if we don't pass it next week, the whole process for this individual starts all over, just FYI.
any other remarks, comments, discussions? We'll then move on to communication from the audience. Is there anyone that would like to address the, yes? Dan, allow me to make a remark before you start. I've been reminded that when the bell goes off at the end of 5 minutes, I then, to give you additional time, I have to ask someone on the commission if they would be willing to grant it to you. Is that okay? Thank you. Go ahead.
I'll be short. Mark's get set. I'm just curious. Does anyone have kind of an idea, or where could I gather the information data for what the cost of this special election that we're going to have in March is going to be? And I'd like to kind of get a cost on that. And another thing is it possible that we could build the individuals that didn't fulfill their elected obligation and caused this, and I mean, is there something in the state statutes that can't say we can't, or is there just something that we've never done that, so that's some type of protocol that we can't follow? Because I don't understand why the taxpayers should be obligated to pay for something when the people involved, the two people involved, did not fulfill their obligation. When you stood up and said, I want to run for election, I'm going to fulfill this obligation, and you don't even stay in that position a year, on 2 counts. So why can't they be billed for this? I just think it's ridiculous that you stand up, say you're going to fulfill an obligation, and then you don't do it. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't understand it. Especially, if it was 5 years into an 8-year term on both sides, okay, I get it. But, I just think it's a disservice to the community and to the voters and to everybody who contributed to that. And now you're going to hit the taxpayer with that. I just think it's a problem. If you don't, that's cool. But I do think it's a problem. If we spend $40,000 or whatever this cost is going to be, I think that those who didn't fulfill their obligation should contribute to that. I think that's only fair. If I back out of my drive and tear the road up, I feel obligated that I should fix that. Well, if you stand up and say I'll be in there for 8 years and you're not, well, guess what? Not only is that on you, but it's also on the taxpayer, and I don't think that's fair. Just my thoughts.
Mr. Chairman?
Appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Right. One second, Dan. So it's not a special election. It's not being called for any, it's going to happen no matter what. Next March is a presidential primary. So it's not a special call. There's no additional cost.
There's no additional printing costs, no anything costs.
Not really. It's a presidential primary that the legislature calls in March. The presidential candidates on both sides, the Democrats and Republicans, will be on the ballot. And
there's no cost, then it's just it's just shameful.
And just to add to it, the state picks up the cost on the next election.
Yeah.
The county will obviously fund it and then get reimbursed on it on the March presidential primary. Just FYI.
Where does the state get their money?
I'm just telling you. I thought you were talking about the county. So
Talking about the taxpayers in general.
Commissioner Rogers.
No, those are my comments, and I think that there's also city school board and also county school board. Both school boards will be on that election as well. So it's
a primary.
It's a regular primary, presidential primary, and county and city school board primary as well.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission? All right. Next meeting is voting session Monday, May the 15th at 12 p.m. Small Business Social Hour, May the 8th, 5 to 6 p.m. at the Pie Center. Idea Leap Pitch, May the 8th, 6 to 7 at the Pie Center. Education Committee meeting tomorrow at 3:30 in the Commission Room. 3-Star Planning Meeting, May the 10th at 1:30 to 3 p.m. at the Mayor's Conference Room. Walker Valley Graduation, May the 11th at 7:30 p.m., McKenzie Athletic Complex. Bradley Central Graduation, May the 13th, 7:30 p.m. at Bear Stadium. Landfill Committee meeting Tuesday at 3 p.m., is that right? All right.